John Wesley was the founder of the Methodist Church, and is considered one of England's most prominent spiritual leaders as he revived the role of religion in 18th century life. Born in June 17, 1703 in the small town of Epworth, Lincolnshire, Wesley was the 15th of 19 children to Samuel and Susanna Wesley. In 1714, at age 11, Wesley entered the Charterhouse School in London, and in 1720 studied at Christ Church in Oxford, and received his Bachelor of Arts degree a few years later. By 1725, Wesley was ordained a deacon by the Church of England, and in 1726 was elected a Fellow of Lincoln College. Helping his father in his parish, he was eventually ordained a priest in 1728. However, even after this ordination, Wesley was extremely worried about his own salvation, much like young Martin Luther. Upon returning to Oxford in 1729, Wesley became a teaching fellow and started to be active in a religious club that he and his brother Charles helped organize, called the Holy Club. Criticized by others in the Oxford community, they were known as the Methodists as they were methodical in their religious devotion. John soon became the acknowledged leader of the Holy Club as the number of its participants gradually grew. The members of Holy Club went to church services, prayed, took part in communions, and fasted, ideals the Church of England long disfavored. Also, the Holy Club gave donations to the poor and visited prisoners in the local jail while helping them with rehabilitation. In 1735, Wesley accepted a proposal by James Oglethorpe to become a minister in Georgia, a newly founded colony in North America. Spurred by his desire to spread the principles of the Holy Club, Wesley boarded a ship and met a group of pious Moravian missionaries on his journey, who impressed him with their confidence in spirituality and piety. However, Wesley spent 2 unsuccessful years in the New World, as colonists and Native Americans both rejected his teachings. A failed love affair further pushed Wesley to return to England. By 1737, Wesley was back in London. There, he stayed in touch with the Moravians, who encouraged Wesley to read the works of Martin Luther and other classics. In 1738, at one of the Moravians' meetings at Aldersgate Street in London, Wesley experienced a conversion as he listened to a reading of Luther's commentary on the New Testament book of Romans. Wesley reported that he was strangely warmed as he wrote that he felt trust in Christ and Christ alone for his salvation. Since Wesley found bishops uninspiring, indifferent, and frankly disinterested in their teachings, and since his efforts were greatly opposed when he tried to work through the Church of England, Wesley began a roaming and moving ministry that promoted a system of Methodist societies that Wesley himself had set up. Banned from preaching inside churches, Wesley turned to giving open-air sermons wherever he could find an audience. This method would soon be known as field preaching. Wesley is estimated to have traveled more than 250,000 miles and preached approximately 40,000 sermons in 50 years. Wesley left behind a huge legacy after his death in 1791. In later years, the Methodists separated from the Church of England to form the Methodist Church. Today, there are as many as 70 million members of the Methodist Church. Much of the Methodism's success as a pietist movement is attributed by Wesley's message of personal spirituality, purity, and care for the needy. Because Wesley made religion relatable with those who felt alienated from the Anglican Church, many conclude that without Wesley, England would probably have underwent social unrest and messy revolutions.